Hi Capricorn, how are you? If you're new, hi, welcome. My name is Michelle, and this is, yes, your weekly reading. Before I start, I want to remind you guys that my readings have no date. They are divinely guided. Everything has free will. Not everything is going to resonate with everybody. And please keep in mind that roles can be reversed in between energies. And with this said, let me lower this. And with this said, oh, there we go. And with this said, let's move forward. I want to remind you guys that all my readings, like I said before, you don't have to take them. They don't resonate. Let go. I run no daycare, so make sure to know this is entirely general. Feel free to take or leave out whatever you want or don't want from today's reading, okay? I want to also let you know that I am on Spotify. You can find me on the description box below, as well as in the comment section. Don't forget to like and comment, as it helps the algorithm a lot, and I highly appreciate it. If you don't want to, it's fine too, but for those who do, I highly appreciate it. Thank you in advance. So we got for you, Capricorn, the Seven of Cups in reverse, Two of Cups, the Magician. Let's see what else we got. Let me move this here. So there we go. Seven of Coins. The Tower in the reverse. The Seven of Wands in the reverse. Ten of Cups. Champion of Coins. The Hermit. At the bottom, we got the Creative, which is the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So we got Scorpio, Cancer, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Virgo energy. Anyways, yeah, a lot of your energy and fire. So anyways, as I was saying, it's this right here that you're seeking for clarity in between a connection here, or in between your romantic life. I feel like energetically showing me that you feel like your relationship status with someone, or in general, is quite on the air. It feels like, I don't know if this is gonna change, if it's gonna get better. It's a constant questioning in a way, shape, or form. Hold on. And it does this right here that some of you had even maybe thought about, let's say, reach out to a cast speller, like cast sender or so, and it's like, you know, I am running out of ideas. Maybe I need to contact somebody who does spells to maybe help me out. And I'm gonna tell you that no, you don't need that, and you don't want that, because every spell has a price, and it might turn back towards you, and it's gonna be in a darker light. But anyways, it says right here with the Seven of Coins that good things takes time. And I know that you have heard this before, and you may roll in your eyes at me right now, but it's because it's like a pregnancy. Every stage of what you at in life, in a moment of life, has a different importance and meaning in your life. This could be teaching you what you're capable of, what danger surrounds you, as well as the quality of people that you may have around. Why? Because sometimes by words we don't take advice. It's a human behavior in wanting to define the I don't know, the truth about something, especially when it's told by a card or so. Like it's a normal behavior. Let me fix this. To try to find and to try to go against what has been said, because it is normal behavior. Now, it says right here that you could be going through a difficult time when it comes to life in general, you know. And it says right here that with the Tower in reverse Scorpio energy, it says that you're gonna find a near, and it's gonna be a very narrow escape. So it's like you almost make it, you almost don't make it. So it's like por los pelitos, almost there, and you get an easy escape. So this could be an answer to you that is actually shown to you in a random way, as well as if it's financially in any way, shape, or form, let's say, you're gonna get the answer or the resource that you may need, right? But it's gonna happen by chance. So they are telling you need to focus a little bit more in where you are in your surroundings, because you're not always gonna be this lucky. You know, this kind of energy, that's what they're saying right here. So let me fix my mic because it's annoying me. So we fix a little bit up here. Now, I do see that you are in this situation because you are breaking down, and you don't allow yourself sometimes to break down, because you feel like you're supposed to know already. You feel like you're supposed to not be in this position anymore. And baby, life is a monopoly, and where we may not even win all the time or at all. We're not supposed to do anything but human. We're supposed to feel and grow and continue pushing forward. The fact that sometimes life can be so tricky in any aspect of your life, and you're still trying to figure it out, that's the key for you to know that you're not failing. That's the key, that you are making it, because people who, quote, let's say fail, they stop trying to figure it out, and you're trying your best to continue to figure it out, to try to, wow, to make it better for you. You know what I'm saying? So at this point, you're not failing in any way, shape, or form. Now, I do see that you could have a little bit of issues. Some of you may have a misconnection with some family members. Maybe let's not call it horrendous relationship, but there is something there that is like needs to be worked on, fixed, or so. You feel sometimes alone. You feel like you're the one for them, but they're not there for you. And when you need it the most, you feel like maybe you have nobody. I do feel like sometimes, yes, our families can be sucky, and they're supposed to love us, but sometimes it doesn't play out like that. So the way for you to deal with that is to pretty much mimic that energy, because at this point, this is like sometimes one-sided relationships are not only in romantic sense, but could be also in the family sense, and where people expect us to, even though that we're treated like caca, to be there for them. So at this point, you need to start giving the same energy, so you could actually, maybe because words are not working, actions will show them that, oh, this is how I'm treating them. I don't like it. Let me fix it. Sometimes people don't learn by talking, but by doing stuff. Another thing is that you can always create your own family, maybe with a friend, maybe with somebody else. You know, blood family doesn't always mean that they're gonna be for you. Sometimes it's just the one that you happen to be born in, right? But family could be anybody that you consider that you are in a comfortable connection and connected with. Now, they're actually talking about here that you're still right here. You are lacking of connection, and this connection here or in life is because sometimes you expect people to act a certain way, even though they have taught you that they won't. And it's fine to be lost sometimes. It's fine to say, you know what, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm heading. You know, accepting the situation is the best way to find a resolution to whatever situation you're in. But they're saying right here that maybe it's time for you to take a break into trying to figure it out, everything for people. The fact that sometimes we try to figure it out for everybody, a loving connection, a family connection, financially, you know, you're trying to figure it out for everybody, and where you are burning out and you are not getting, and you will not get too far, because it is not your job to figure it out for everybody. Sometimes your job is just to figure out what's going on with you, what is the best solution for you, and take a breather. They're talking about here in where you need and may go into a spiritual journey, and where you need to step back a little bit from some sort of associations, right? So at this point, they say it's not a selfish thing to not want to deal with certain people or certain, again, situations, because it's not convenient or healthy for you. You know what I'm saying? And And they're talking about here with the Ace of Wands right here, that right now your main goal is not to be where you should be, because I feel like some of you are like, oh my god, I'm such and such age and I should be this and I should be that. Who said that? Who advised? What advice are you going for? Sometimes the people that, let's say that you follow somebody online or you're comparing yourself with somebody online, babe, sometimes the people that you are comparing it to have it easy or had it easy, come from a wealthy background, have, you know, some, not all of them, some, and you want to have a whole house by 21, have a brand new car by 25th or 25, have, sometimes when people are supported by family money-wise in multiple ways, they have it easier, and of course they have to put the effort, but they don't have to worry about everything. Example, when you're self-made in any way to perform, right, having a house, having a car, having a good job, sometimes you won't have it all at the same time. Sometimes you have one or the other. You know what I'm saying? It's because you are doing it on your own. You don't have somebody supporting your bills. You don't have somebody supporting you. So at this point, what you are doing is exactly amazing because your situation is different. Example, myself, I'm not saying I'm the biggest YouTuber, but I started from nothing. I worked 2 jobs and this one, and yes, I've been doing this for 3 years almost, and I could have or should have because somebody else did it faster than, but I'm not comparing my path to nobody, because my life, my shoes, my situations, nobody is living or deal with it but me. The same way for you. So you don't need to take away your achievements just because you feel somebody else. You should not be comparing yourself with anybody else, anybody's relationship, anybody's life, because sometimes the people that you are comparing your life to, they had never been under the situation that you are in or have been, and they have never run a mile in your shoes. So, and it's easy when people, you say that to people, you'll be like, oh, that's an excuse. I dare you to do it then. When somebody tells you that they would have done it or they did it, I would dare you to do it again. Because sometimes perspectives and times and years are different. So at this point, if they're so confident, tell them to do it for you. And you will see how they shush, because they're going to say, that's not my job. Well, they should mimic that energy whenever they want to bring you down, because you are not where they think. Like, if you are incapable of doing something for somebody's life, you are incapable of commenting over what they're doing. Simple. And you may say, oh, you're the same. I'm a tarot reader. I'm reading cards. Okay? We're different, right? I'm not here judging. I'm here telling people that the card says it's okay to be lost. It's okay to find a way. It's okay to feel. It's okay. If you don't believe it, you can call HR. Oh, hold on. That's me. Oh, too bad, right? So, with the 9 of Wands right here, you are a wounded warrior. Oh, yeah? You have been through so many battles, and you are just tired of going through it, right? But let me tell you something. With the 4 of Cups, now we can change that. But you need to start being self-serving. Okay? We don't want you to get back on your feet for that relationship. We don't want you to get back on your feet for that person that may need you. We want you to get back on your feet for you. It's time to get back on your feet, but we need to change the mentality. I'm going to do everything for everybody, even if they don't pay me. No, babe. We have invoices now. So, self-serving, okay? Self-service, okay? And if people go, it's bad. People who complain about you putting yourself first are people who are using you, because people do not defend what is not representing them. People only defend what represents them. So if somebody is a nuisance, they're going to defend your selfish behavior because they themselves do that. So take every advice or comment from who it comes, because they are telling you a lot about themselves when they talk about a life that they have not experienced, because they want to comment. People are too comfortable in this society giving opinions. Opinions are either or. You reflecting, or you talking out of like nalgas that have never been sitting down in the same dust or mud that other people. That's why people don't like me, because I call you for what you are. When I started being self-serving, babe, I used to be a people's pleaser. When I started to not do that, my life felt a lot better. A lot of people stopped talking to me, but I don't care, because honestly, they talk to me because they want to use me. Now that I don't talk to them and they don't talk to me, I'm in the same place that I was. Or if I would have, if they were to use me, I would be just more drained. I'm going to give you the overall, and then we're going to move with the final messages real quick. Okay. They want you to know with the 3 of Wands, Aries, manifest exactly what you want. Your words are magic. You are a being of magic. We are all energy. Now, when you manifest something, you're going to manifest it first with humble and grateful energies. You're not above the universe first. Second, you're going to manifest things not as I wish or I hope. You're going to manifest things as you have them. For example, thank you, Universe and Lilith, for my financial stability. Thank you, Universe and Lilith, for, this is just me an example, for allowing me to gain 100k subscribers. You know, like for example, you know, stuff that you want, and what you want doesn't have to be nobody's business but you. You know what I'm saying? But you start manifesting, thank you, Universe and Lilith, for a long life and healthy life for me and my family. You know, that is manifesting. You believing that you have it, because that's how it works. Now you say, hey, thank you for the millions. Prepare your ass to work, because money does not grow on trees, baby. So be careful how you manifest and use proper words, because what you get, it may be something but different. So it says right here that you are going to be financially stable. You're going to find somebody who's going to provide for you. Now, I'm not saying that you want that, but I'm saying that you're going to have somebody who is going to make you feel that you don't need to worry about nothing. They're going to give it to you, right? Sometimes we cry for people who do not give us not even a good morning text, and the universe is like, babe, I'm going to give you not only somebody who's going to be asking how you are, somebody who's going to take care of you in a way to perform that you have never been taken care of. Now, I love when people be like, oh, that's a gold digger mentality. Babe, what gold digger? You have no money. How is it that a gold digger can take money that you don't have? Math is not mathing, right? So people who are worried about gold diggers are people who don't have money, because people who have money don't even worry or think about that, because they have the money to afford it if that was the case. But don't be listening to dumb people who be like, oh my God, you're a gold digger, you want my money. Babe, want money. You took me to McDonald's and you're acting like I'm expensive, like broke. But anyways, moving from that, it says right here that pre-manifest. Intention is everything. Pre-manifest what you want. Intention is everything. And this is right here, you're a transcender. Start being yourself. Follow your own advices sometimes. Start doing what you need to do. And transcendent is not always about being an influencer. It's about like what you do right now, your bloodline is going to follow. What you do right now, it'll follow you until your retirement years. It's going to actually affect your blood life. I mean, your bloodline. So we need to start doing stuff. And from now on, with the King of Swords, you pick your battles. Pick your battles. And we're going to actually see what they're doing versus what they're asking. Saves you a lot of problems. Trust me. Saves you a lot of unnecessary waste of time. Now, we are going to give you here I'm going to give you a dice real quick. Okay. Taurus, 5, and this was, I'm sorry, the moon. Wait, I moved it. The moon. Okay. Taurus, it says, this represents the emotional side. It says, sensitive, holding grudges, resistant to change, staying within your comfort zone. Then, the house. Let's see what the house represents. The house represents an area of your life. You got the 5th house. Represents womanhood, feminine cycles, pregnancy or hobbies, creative disciplines, or fun activities. And then the planets, they represent the situation. You got the moon, pertaining to personal matters, positions, emotions, changing moods, intuition, subconscious desires, heart's desires, and empathy. So this is what I got. Before I go, I want to give you here real quick some positive affirmation cards, and then I'm going to give you an angel's number, okay, with a message. This is from your spirit guides, okay? So we got here, my future is glorious, and it says, I now live in a limitless love, light, and joy. All is well in my world. Let go of all expectations. It says, I flow freely and lovingly with life. I love myself. I know that only good awaits me at every turn. And this one says, every thought I think is creating my future. The universe totally supports every thought I choose to think and believe. I have unlimited choices about what I think. I choose balance, harmony, and peace, and I express it in my life. All is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. That's dope. That's beautiful. Okay, and finally, let me give you an angel's number real quick. Okay, it says 890. It says higher self closure. Let it all go now. You don't need to have an actual conversation with someone in order to have closure with them. Your angels encourage you to visualize their higher self of the person or situation you want to let go. Speak your thoughts to their higher self and know that on some level it was received. Projecting, angel 386, process your thoughts. The will of others is affecting your own judgment. Your angels are cautioning you against someone who is in your inner cycle and is projecting their own insecurities, feelings, and wishes upon you. Take time today to process your thoughts and feelings. Journal about them honestly. So this is the end of your reading, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Please give it again a comment, like, and follow, especially for the algorithm. It does help. If you want to follow me on IG, you want to check my description box below for my Instagram. I'm also on TikTok. If you want to get a personal reading with me, you can definitely book one online. Description box below. I'm available. I do not offer them for free, by the way. Moving from that, I want to remind you guys that I am again on Spotify. Check it out. I talk about a lot of things that may be helpful for others as well, spiritual stuff, talking about that. Yes, whatever I said there. Spotify, description box below, comment section. I also put my link there. Finally, I do not message or offer my services online whatsoever through messages, of course. I only offer my services through my website, which is self-serve, you know. So with this said, thank you so much and have an amazing day.